to Mitra. It's hilarious. They are the funniest couple. They are complete polar opposites. He's this big, tall, giant guy, and you can spot him a mile away. And he's got an absolute heart of gold. When I went to the 39 Club last year, I actually got to spend a ton of time with him. Jimmy and I, he asked us to rent bicycles and go biking with him all along the beach in Newport Beach for about 5 hours. We, enjoyed some beverages together down at the beach, and really had a chance to get to know him. He's just awesome. They've built this complete empire. I found it so interesting that they built their business without using online anything. So they started before we had access to all of these amazing resources. And so for me, that was just totally blew my mind, because he would say, yeah, we used to go like door to door knocking and complete cold calling. Like you'd get the phone book out and just randomly call people. And so it just made me realize from that conversation, I laughed because we're all so scared to reach out to people on social media that we don't know. We have access to literally tens of thousands of people at our fingertips, and these guys door knocked. And that was kind of, hey Chris, that was kind of how he started off their business. I don't know if he's going to actually come tonight, guys. He may have made a mistake. Is it cold down east? Yes, we got tons of snow, Janice. We got tons of snow last night. My kids are just loving it, and I don't know if it's going to stay or not, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, Sarah, let's throw them into some training.
Perfect.
Any thoughts?
Me, any thoughts? Or them?
Yeah. You, any thoughts?
Oh. Yeah, I'm totally down.
We gotta win it.
Training.
Can I open up the line and ask you guys if you have any questions on anything right now? Like we're all on. I don't know where Doug is. Obviously, he's made a mistake. I would love to utilize this half an hour to do a little bit of training, maybe some verbiage training, anything you want to know about social media, anything you want to know about, the marketing plan, anything. I love numbers. I love the downline growth. I love all that kind of jazz. Throw it at me. Nobody wants to know everything. Anything. You guys know everything? How come you guys message me so much? I'm just joking. I'm totally just joking. Okay, what's everybody got going on in their businesses this month? I know that we have obviously the tour. You guys have all been to, well, not all of you, because he's on his way. He's moving sort of out west. I hear that Kelowna is already sold out. Alona, is that true?
Yes, it is. Sorry, guys. We're just having dinner, so it's a little loud over here. But yeah, it's sold out. When Jen and I, were told, get out of here. When we were, mentioned that he's coming this way, and we were both like, oh my gosh, how we're going to wing this? And we booked a venue, and it holds up to 60 people. So we're both kind of looking at each other like, can we do this? Can we fill this room? And now we're thinking we should have gotten a bigger venue. So
wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Can you let everybody know how you guys did that? Like, how did you find the place? How did you go about inviting?
Well, I think I invited 200 people myself.
Wow.
Literally private message them, and with Jen's help, because Jen is really good with verbiage. So I said, like, how are you inviting? And she sent it to me, and I'm like, I love it. And I just literally, sent them out. And the cool thing is, even though a lot of those people either haven't gotten back to me, or they did get back to me and said, thank you so much. But actually, a lot of people are doing their Christmas party so early this year. I don't know,
totally.
Right? Like November. Ours is November 24th. And there's a ton of people that are like, we have Christmas parties. We're going to Mexico. We're trying to get out of the cold. So I'm still engaging with those people. And I messaged all the people that never got back to me, just saying, hey, I hope you got my message. Just wanted to let you know that the event already sold out, less than 2 weeks. And I'm engaging now, right?
Cool.
Just engaging now with them to try and bring it back to, what are they interested in? What's their pain? How they're doing? And then inviting them to my salad parties instead. So
awesome.
Kind of just flipping it around. Mm-hmm.
That was totally going to be my next thing was there a backup? So that's so great. And guys, like, for those of you that are newer to the business, meaning like you haven't been in it for, a year or longer or whatever, I remember being so scared when people would talk about events. Melissa would be like, so when do you want to host an event? Events don't have to be anything crazy, but also you can host any event of your own. So for instance, Katerina has tomorrow night. I think Nicole's going there to do her allergy talk in Bradford. She's just like, this is the talk that I want. This is the speaker that I want. That is what we do. So we have team come to us and say, can we get this speaker? I want someone here speaking on, I don't know, oxidative stress or allergies in kids or raising healthy families. It can be in your living room and it can be at a place that you want to rent out, just like what Alona was saying. Anyone can do an event. You don't have to be anyone crazy in this business. So, please don't think that you have to be at a certain position. If you want to have, if you're brand new, if you've been in the business for 3 days and you want to have an event, talk to your upline. They will get you an event and they will help you plan it. So please, please, please do that. That is absolutely awesome. Has anyone started goal planning for 2019? Goal setting, planning setting? No? Oh man. I just did it with my daughter. You guys have to do it. It's so great. It's already November. December is going to get way too busy. You should literally have 2019 planned out. And I don't mean everything that you're going to do, but the way that we did it was we did quarterly goal plans. So going into 2019, it was, okay, how do I want to start off 2019? So for both of us, we had our plans of this is how we want to go into 2019 feeling. So for me, there were some fitness goals that I had. There were some different goals that I wanted to reach with my team and in my personal business. And for her, they were obviously, she's 7, so they were totally different. They're super, super cute. But stuff having to do with like her yoga and things like that. So, go into 2019 of a plan of action of how you want it to look. And realistically visit your business. I had somebody on my team message me today. She's a couple down from me and she said, Jen, I want to make $1,000 a week. That is my 5-year plan. And I said, okay, cool. So you want to make $4,000 a month from this business within the next 5 years. I said, that's totally doable. And she said, what does that look like to me? Like, what does my structure have to be? So when she said that to me, A, an amazing question. And B, you should know this, guys. You should know, like, if you're coming into this and this is just your hobby, how I started it off. It was just something I was just doing on the side of life. I didn't really have a goal. I was just like, I don't know. I don't have an expectation of the business. I'm just going to kind of see how it goes. Then when I got more serious about it, I had specific goals. Set your goals up for success. So for instance, if you're a sales coordinator right now, you want to be trying to get to the SSC Summit in May. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. If you're an SC and you don't know what I'm talking about, does everybody know what I'm talking about? I know you guys are all muted. Okay, I'm going to say just in case you don't, because I can't tell who's on and who's not. So the SSC Summit it's like law. So the Leadership Advancement Weekend that we used to have before, it's fully paid for by the company. It's at a secret location in Ontario. We don't know where it's going to be. You're literally picked up and whisked away for the weekend with all of the other SSCs that are in the business. You have to qualify and get to SSC with proper structure. Is it April or May? I think they said by April. So and the thing is that when you hit sales SSC, you need to maintain it for 2 months. So for me, if I'm working with my SCs, listen, corporate will, and don't quote me on this, if you hit SSC in April, you'll probably still be invited to the SSC Summit, even if you haven't held the structure 2 months in a row. But you won't get your SSC bonus, which is $1,000, until you hold it 2 months in a row. So for my SCs that are on my team that I'm working with, I'm like, okay, we need to have a plan of action. If I'm a sales coordinator and I'm not in POB right now, that means I don't have 3,000 points coming through my business each month. That is my first goal for November. If I'm already a sales coordinator, I got to get into POB. That means there's 3,000 points coming from me on my team, okay? And if I'm a sales coordinator, I have 2 VFs underneath me, or I have 3 DDs, right? Just roll with me. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're newer, your upline can explain it to you. I then would take the total amount of what that sales coordinator closed at last month for their month, okay? So if I'm a sales coordinator and last month my team closed at 4,000 PVCs, I know I need 8,000 PVCs to get to SSC. So I'm in deficit of 4,000 points. If I have 2 working people on my team underneath me, plus myself, that's 3 people. So I need to take 4,000 and divide it by 3. That's basically each of us putting in an extra 1,300 points a month. Another way that I can do it is I can say, okay, I'm in deficit of 4,000. If I'm confusing you, please call me out, okay? If I'm in deficit of 4,000, I'm going to take my 3 people and I'm going to divide it by the 3 people. And then I'm going to break it down even more by the amount of months left before I have to be an SSC. Does that make sense? So now instead of like, oh my gosh, Marissa and Leslie and me, we all have to get an extra 1,300 points every single month. You're like, oh gosh, that's a lot. But if I divide it by like, Marissa, if you go out and you get 3 more customers this month and 3 more customers next month and 3 more the month after, if you break it down per customer, guys, it's so much more doable. Take those 4,000 points. Here's another way. And if you guys aren't doing this, it's great. I'm not usually as organized as this, but a lot of the people on my team like this. So I need 4,000 points to get to SSC. I'm going to divide that by capsule orders because capsules are where it's at in this business, guys. Just to steer off track for a second, because that's what I do. For the first 2 years of my life in this business, Melissa would say to me, how come you're not telling anybody about capsules? I'm like, because I can sell like 30 boxes of shakes in a month. Like capsules are just, people don't want capsules. They're too expensive and they're this and they're that. That was literally what I told myself. Somebody's messaging me. Okay, yeah, Rita, if you're DD, just ignore what I'm saying. I'm going to go back to something regarding brand new people. So please don't be confused by that. So she would say to me, Jen, the whole idea of this business is to build up residual income. You want to make sure that you are going to get paid for the next 4 months. Christine, if you order a box of shakes off of me today, I'm not guaranteed that you're going to order next month. Whereas if you order capsules off of me, I'm going to get paid by you for the next 4 months. Make sense? Okay. So Rita, just to confuse you for a little bit, you're brand new, you're a DD, you're going towards 2,500 points. You're working towards VF. That is amazing. You just want to go out and get 8 people to do a shred order with you. 8 people to do 4 months of capsules and a box of shakes. That's all you need to know right now. The rest of this is another language to you. In this business, we learn as we earn. We learn as we go, and you don't need to know a million levels up. You're so welcome. And please, if you have any other questions, just type them in here. So back to the 4,000 points. So I've got 4,000. I'm going to divide them by capsules, guys. 58.87 points. That means from now until April, my team needs to bring in 67.9 capsule orders. Does that seem crazy? Not really. I still have November, December, January, February, March. I have 5 months. And right now there's only 3 people on my team. So in that next 5 months, surely 2 of my people underneath me are going to bring on more team. I'm going to hopefully bring on more teams. So there's going to be more players. So now these 67.9 capsule orders is not just divided by 3 over the next 5 months. It might be divided by 6 people. So it just makes it so much more realistic because when you join brand new, you're like, oh gosh, I have to get 2,500 points on my own. That's a lot. The easier and faster way to do it is go find a buddy to do this business with you because their points feed into yours. Marissa, I'm going to sign you up. We're besties. You're going to do this with me. You're going to go out and do what you can. I'm going to do what I can. Marissa goes and gets 1,500 points. I only have to get 1,000. She just bumped me to VF. Way easier to do with a friend, okay? It's hard when you first start because you're like, how am I going to get somebody to do this with you? And like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Guys, all you're doing is just sharing what you're doing. For me, I said to somebody today, you feel like you don't have a story when you're brand new. It has to be this life-changing, life-altering story. It doesn't. Why did you order? That's your story. For me, we don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. Not any of you on this call do. We ordered because we don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. It made sense. I needed to bridge the gap. I have 3 kids. Kids were free, so that's why I ordered. That's my story. There's a business to it. I don't know. I'm going to save some money on my own product. If this works and I start making more money, cool. If not, I'm still going to make some money on my own product. So like that's what you're telling people that are brand new. Like this is so much fun. There's a cool community. I would love for you to do it with me. You're going to move faster in this business if you find somebody to do it with. Obviously, once you hit VF, you are working towards sales coordinator. You need to get 2 buddies underneath you, and you're making money off of them. And as you move up the line, that's all you're going to do. You need to have a plan of action. So going into January, how are you going to start your year? If you know that you're a sales coordinator right now and you are going to start January as sales coordinator, awesome. Where's your goal for SSC? And don't just say, I'm going to be SSC by end of March. How are you going to do it? This is what I used to do, guys. I would set a goal, but I didn't have a plan. I had no concrete plan. Oh, I'm going to be NMD by this date. Well, Melissa's like, how are you going to do it? I'm like, I don't know, but like, that's just has to be the date. It's got to be. There's no other way. But like, you have to have a plan of action. And then when you hit that position, Michelle Ball said the best thing to me. She said, Jen, my goal was to make more money than my dad a month. What she said at the time was $25,000 a month. Some of you are like, oh, $25,000 a month. Like, that's crazy money. It's amazing money. She hit that goal. That was it. She stayed at $25,000 a month for, I don't know, say 2 years, because she hit her goal. And then she never reset it for a new goal, because obviously she was comfortable. She was making good money. She had hit her goal. She didn't then set another goal. So, and it doesn't just have to be about the money. It's, you know, for me, when I first started, I was like, my goal is to make X amount of money so I can get rid of 10 training hours a week. My goal now is once I hit this amount of money on my paycheck, I'm going to get rid of 5 more. So my goal was, it was dependent upon the money, because I was trying to replace an income that would allow me time freedom, because that's my biggest thing in this business. The money's fun and good, but like the time freedom was the big thing to me. So make sure that you set the goals. And if you want to do monthly, do monthly. For me, I like quarterly. I don't know why. Maybe that's just because that's how I pay my HST or something. My brain works quarterly. So it's like every 3 months, this is where I'm going to be. My goals are also my team's goals. So on my thing, when I'm writing them down, here's my goals, but here are my team's goals. Because I'm holding them to their goals, and their goals are my goals. So if you aren't goal planning yet with your team, like I haven't started doing goal planning yet with any of my team. I just finished mine. Make sure you do that before the new year starts, so that you have goal setting and goal planning. And if you don't have a concrete plan, or if you don't know what the heck you're doing, it's okay. Just baby steps. Maybe just do the first 3 months and where you want to be. Sarah, you're really good at setting, goal setting and doing planning. Do you want to add anything into that?
Yeah, you just, sorry?
Any tips or anything that you do?
I think like what you do, I do a chunk of time, you know, because things can change, and, you know, it's a moving vehicle, right? And you have new team coming on. So yeah, I do usually probably every 2 to 3 months, depending on what's going on in my business. I am really trying to stay structured with my DMO. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's your daily method of operation. And that keeps you accountable to whatever your goals are. And the goal needs to be obtainable, right? And like Jen said, you have to have a clear vision on how you're going to get there. You can't just say, you know, I want to be such and such by a day. It's really like mapping it out. I found even with like NMD, how Jen explained going down by numbers, and having those conversations with your team, reaching out to family. You know, a lot of times we get nervous to reach out to certain people, but if this is something that you're really serious about, they're going to want to support you in most cases, not all cases, and some people might surprise you. But it's having those conversations with people that, you know, that can help you and reach those goals, and getting out of your comfort zone is like the utmost, it's the biggest lesson. And what's really helping me reach my goals and growing, especially in the last, because I hit NMD and I got stuck. I actually went backwards.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of energy and momentum to keep going. And I wish I didn't stop, because when you stop, not that I stopped completely, but it's hard to get back going. So be consistent, be realistic, set a daily method of operation that works for you. I know Jen was a pro at doing this business in the snippets of life. All the major milestones of the business I hit while there's crazy things going on in my life. So you really gotta do something that works for you. I was going to say something. I lost my train of thought. No,
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to jump in there. You go ahead.
Yeah. Leading with the business. Sorry, that's where I was going with that. It's a total numbers game, and we all know we do definitely need customers to have a business. But in order to reach goals and, at any level, you need structure, and structure is team. And so I'm really just leading with the business. I'm disconnecting from the outcome, and I just want people to be on this mission with me. And if they want to join me, they don't. And what happens is when I lead with the business, Get Over Your Damn Self is such a good book. This is actually a huge nugget that I took away from it. Because if you lead with the product and they say no to the product, you can't go and reach out to them about the business. Because why would they want to join your business if they don't want the product? So I always lead with the business. And if they're really and I promote it. I tell them, and you will know if you don't already know. We know our product is amazing, our business model is amazing, but for me and for a lot of my team, the community that comes along with it, the personal growth that comes along with it, is what really keeps us going. And when I share that with people from an authentic place, it really intrigues them. And I said, I explained to them, you can get a discount, but then I get them either on a connection call or get them to an event so they catch the vision and get them excited. And then I kind of sell them on VF and what's possible and what you can get beyond just getting a discount. And I think I've brought on since maybe September. I was actually going to do that look tonight, but I think I've brought on an almost 7 new team. So
tons of new team.
Yeah, leading with the business. And I'm still growing and learning too about, helping people get to VF and fast track and all that stuff. But yeah, that's
How are you, when you're reaching out to these people, how are you casting that vision of VF and what it looks like beyond that?
Getting them to an event for sure, or getting them on a 3-way call and helping someone else paint that vision. Definitely, because when you get them to an event, they see the culture that you're a part of. Even just like a salad in a jar party, have other team there so that they can see what you guys are up to and what we're up to. And yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, guys, I'm going to call this because thank you guys for hopping on and listening to us, rumble about just stuff. Thanks, Nikki, for recording our stuff too. Definitely all of my questions that I've written down for Doug were not worthy for me to just talk about. So anyways, yeah, thanks so much. I totally appreciate you guys hopping on. Hopefully you learned something from tonight's call. We were supposed to have our guest speaker. We're going to have to obviously reschedule. Next week, I'm going to be in Mexico, but I am running the call on Wednesday night. You guys will see me. Hopefully I won't have any margaritas in me before the call. No, I'm just joking. But Lindsay White is going to be on the call next week, guys. And for those of you who weren't at conference, you're very welcome, guys. She's going to be doing some of her training from conference, which was phenomenal. Trust me, you do not want to miss the call next week. It was one of my favorite trainings from conference. So make sure that you're on next week, and I will make sure Marissa's smooching on the camera. I will make sure that that she shows up. I'm going to message Doug and say, Thanks, Doug. Thanks for coming. Seriously. He's probably on his sailboat.